Alright guys, welcome back to Rhythm Sun Adventures. Thank you for stopping by. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you share the channel. We are at 388 subscribers. The more content I put out, YouTube is pushing it for me. You have Google pushing it for me. It's out there. You're liking the channel. I appreciate it. It's an adventure in itself, just doing YouTube and enjoying just making the content for you guys. Sharing some of the knowledge that I have learned throughout my years in law enforcement, fire and rescue. Being a public servant has always been my wheelhouse. I've always enjoyed. I've been doing this since I was 16 years old, so I enjoy it. I learn a lot. Sometimes I sit and wonder, why did I even learn this? How did I do this? I really wasn't brought up in a hunting atmosphere. My dad liked to fish. He did hunt a little bit, but I was more like a city slicker at times. And I knew there was one time where I would take my buddies out. We'd go fishing at the creek. We'd use hand lines, fish, and then we would take the fish that we caught, the little bitty old minnows, little bitty knotty heads. We'd cut them up and fix fish right there on the bank with the old bean can. It was just enjoyable. It was something that we had fun. I do have some roots in the Cherokee. Grandfather was Cherokee Indian, and so that may be where it comes from. I don't know, but I just enjoy the outdoors and enjoy adventures. So today, as you can see, we've got a bunch of cutlery items here on the table. We're going to talk about these. These are essential tools needed for bushcrafting, for kayaking trips. When you're out there fishing, I mean, a lot of people sit and think, you do a lot of tournament fishing, but how can these tools help you in tournament fishing? There's always a possibility for an emergency, no matter if you're riding down the road, if you're out on your kayak, walking through the stores. You never can tell with today's society when there's something going to pop up that could have an emergency situation to where you're going to have to rely on your wits and skills in order to keep you warm, to get you out of the situation, to get you back safe to your family. So guys, stay tuned. We're going to talk about some of these tools, and we're going to share with you how you could actually put them in a situation to where they may save your life. So guys, stay tuned and we will show you what we have on the table. Okay, as you can see here on the table, we have a lot of different types of cutlery tools. We have from a large Gerber machete to the smaller Gerber machetes. You have an array of knives, pocket knives. Every man loves a pocket knife. I mean, I remember my grandfather, he used to always have a pocket knife in his pocket. You have the old Uncle Henry's. These are just things that I've collected throughout the years. This is a small Gerber hatchet that I usually put in my pack out when I'm just out romping through the woods. Just kind of, if you watched one of my videos where me and my grandson went out for the fat wood, we took this out here in the woods. We were able to cut some fat wood off, harvest a bunch of fat wood. And if you watch that video, you know how to go about looking for it. We're going to do a video together coming up soon to where we're actually going to show you how to process it, and we're going to show you how to use it out in the field. We have the Mora knives. If you know anything about a Mora knife, Mora knives are very, very sharp. You have this one here is called the Companion. This one right here, it's actually a bushcrafting knife. They're very sharp. This one's a full tang, and when you say full tang, folks, that means that this knife blade goes from here all the way through the handle. These knives can be used for batoning. Batoning is where you take a certain type of wood, or any type of wood, you'll put the knife in it, you'll bang on the top of it, push your way through it, and it helps you to cut up your wood. You can process wood just with a knife. You don't have to have the hatchet, you don't have to have the saws. You can use just a knife. Make sure it's full tang. If you have something like a pocket knife, you can do it with small timber. You just have to be careful. You can still do it, but you just have to be careful. You don't have that beefiness behind what you need in order to baton with a full tang knife. This is one of the first tools that I ever had, was a Gerber. This is a Bear Grylls knife. Came out by Gerber when Bear Grylls was popular. He's a great outdoorsman, great adventurer. If you can go back and look at some of his content, perfect stuff. This is another Gerber knife. This is one that the military use, and also this one over here is a BK knife. Great knife, very, very strong. It is very thick, and it is used for battalion also. In each one of these packs here, you'll notice that this is a one-pack survival. So what I have on this is I have a Gerber tool in here. I do outfit these knives with a fire steel. So if I'm ever out on the wood and I need something, all of this is here is for pretty much anything I need. This is a Gerber diesel, so it will go from anywhere from my screwdrivers, anything that I need. Good little things to have, especially if you're on a kayak too. You can put one of those on your kayak and use them for safety reasons down the road. Saws, you can find an array of saws. I like the Fiskar products. The same company that makes Fiskar also makes Gerber. So I'm a big fan of Gerber products, big fan of Fiskar. This is a smaller saw. This is a 10-inch pruning saw. Put them in your backpacks. Great for processing wood. So guys, this is the tools that you need in order to make an excellent kit as far as a bushcraft kit. So we'll talk about these two right here a little bit more, because I want to actually show you how that I implement the ferrule rod onto this one in another episode. So guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you can see that there is an array of tools out there that can help you in bushcrafting and help you just in pretty much anything that you come in contact with while you're out in the woods. Alright guys, thanks for stopping by the channel. Like I said, this is just a short video to show you that there are tons of tools out there that you can use in an everyday pack out. We use them in law enforcement. We use them in fire and rescue, to where we're putting packs together in order to, if we have a search and rescue type situation to where we need to go out in the woods and we're looking for individuals, we have tools needed in order to maintain our own safety and to maintain the victim's safety once we reach them. There may be a possibility where we get out there and we have found a victim and we're going to actually have to do some safety and rescue techniques in order to maybe secure broken bones, maybe to start a fire to get them warm until further rescue can get there. So we have these kits. We make them up. It's called a search and rescue kits. It's a SAR. Some of us have been trained. I know I went through SAR training. I used to have kits built all the time. Then as time progressed, all the things that we have learned as far as military tactics from people who come back from the military, everything is survival. A lot of people have a lot of survival knowledge. I know a lot of times people were talking about bugging out, doing this, when we were all talking about the end of the world, and we were worried about what's going to happen next. That's a question that we all face each and every day. What's going to happen next? Am I going to be driving down the road and going to run off the road? Nobody's going to know where I'm at. How am I going to survive? These are things that we need to think about in order to maintain our safety. But a lot of times we take for granted that we're just going to ride down the road, everything's going to be okay. So always be prepared. Use that Boy Scout motto that they lived by, and that was, as a Boy Scout, always be prepared. And that's something that I think we all need to do, not only in our everyday life, but also in our walk with God. Guys, we always need to be prepared. We always need to know where our destination is going to take us. And there's only one way to, and it's by faith. It's by faith that we believe in Jesus Christ. And that's what Risen Sun Adventures is. Risen Sun Adventures, Risen Sun Custom Lures. My name was developed by Ryan Brenneman, Hook Sets of Ryan. Make sure you check out his channel. We came up with Risen Sun, and it's R-I-S-E-N, S-O-N. And that kind of stuck with me, because when you mention Risen Sun Adventures, Risen Sun Custom Lures, you have to acknowledge that he is the Risen Sun. So guys, thanks for stopping by the channel. Like I said, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure that you share the channel. And always remember that the sun is always shining, even in the rain. Make sure you check us back on our next one when we show you how to modify those two knives and how I put my ferrule rods attached to the equipment that I use. So I'm out there in the woods. I have a fully capable safety system. Guys, thanks for stopping by, and hope you check me on the next one.